And welcome back into Maquoketa High School as we are set for wrestling action. WAMAC Conference dual meet action as our first WAMAC Conference dual meet of the season, as the Hawks and the Bobcats will go at it here. The Battle of Highway 20 here. And on the mat first for West Delaware and Western Dubuque, as we're going to see Alex Reitz, the senior from West Delaware, at 160 pounds, taking on Jacob Birds, the senior from Western Dubuque. Is a good matchup here tonight between the Hawks and the Bobcats, and then we're going to see the Hawks and the Cardinals in the second duel, the host Cardinals from Maquoketa, and then in our third duel we will wrap it up with Western Dubuque taking on Maquoketa. So we're going to have it for you right here. Our officials are not sure what we're discussing here have yet to start this thing. And the wrestlers are on the mats. We got the JV wrestlers set to go out as well, but the two varsity wrestlers are on the mat, getting ready to start this dual meet action. As for the Hawks, head coach Jeff Voss, his assistant coaches are Chris Lenz, Pat Phillips, Scott Litter, Kurt Hatfield, and Mitch Payton. For the Western Dubuque Bobcats, head coach Paul Cleary, with his assistants Jordan Loy, Jamie Ball, Matt Manning, Troy Brown, Matt McCarthy, Chris Ganson, and Mitch Ganson on the coaching staff for the Bobcats. As we're going to get through 160, and then we're going to see we saw him last year as a freshman, Max Lyon, and we had actually, a couple years ago, they were really talking about this kid a couple years ago when he was just finishing up in the middle school circuit, how good he could be, and we saw it last year, a state qualifier, state place winner too, I believe. So a very good sophomore, Max Lyon. We're going to see him coming up next. Now,
and he's ranked number 3, Jamie, in Class 3A at weight class 170. So
I'd really like to see the two that are ahead of him.
Yeah. And one thing we haven't talked about, Jamie, while we're waiting for this thing to get started is, these matches are just critical tonight because that's a seed at the WAMAC tournament. Okay, you win a match here, you're going to be seated above your opponent, and that seeding meeting at the WAMAC tournament is always a barn burner. It's always a dogfight. And if you can get head-to-head over somebody, that means you'll be seated over them. And I know, the WAMAC tournament's about 7 weeks away or 6 weeks away. It seems like a long time, but it's going to be here very, very quickly. And it's just going to be important for both teams to get a win here tonight. And I'm still not sure what we're doing here.
I'm thinking there was a little delay on getting
I'm not sure this is Jacob Birds, Jamie.
They have him listed on the program, or on Track Wrestling here. They've got Jacob Birds.
Okay.
And I'm just wondering if maybe the rosters didn't get turned in, or the lineups didn't get turned in on time down there. And it looks kind of like that's what they're doing right now.
We got both scorebooks down there right now.
And that match hasn't even started.
It has not even started.
Already discrepancies.
So, sometimes coaches will move kids around to get the best matchup for. This is all about the team tonight, and sometimes you move kids around to get the best matchups for your team to do well. And with the numbers that Western Dubuque have, they have some flexibility in their lineup. So, we did not talk to Coach Cleary before the dual meet to see if he had any specific strategy tonight. I think he feels like with this team he has, he can just line up head-to-head and win enough matches to win the duel. Well, we are underway at weight class 160. A long single shot by Birds in deep. Nice whizzer, nice down block by Reitz, and he pulls Birds back up to the top. Overhook on one, and a shove and a headbutt by Reitz on Birds as they went off the edge of the mat. Not intentional, but that's just Alex Reitz being real physical. There's a single again by Birds, drops in on the left leg of Reitz. Reitz does a nice job, nice down block. He's stuffing the head. Good sprawl position. Might get a stalemate out of here. Birds is buried underneath the left hip, and there's a stalemate by our official. That's 2 good shots by Birds, no points. 2 good defensive moves by Reitz. I'm sure the West Delaware coaching staff, we got blood here by Birds, Jamie. So we're starting already, and Alex Reitz was right in on that down block on Birds' shot, and we got blood. I'm not sure. Looking for more. We've got some fans out there, Jamie, that have probably never been to Maquoketa. This is a great atmosphere for wrestling. They've got this new gymnasium. I think it's 3 years old now, and we are seated in the the ring above the gym. The wrestling is taking place below us, so we got a great bird's eye view of the action. It's just a great place to wrestle. It's a great place to view wrestling, and we got a great view here. So looks like Birds is taking care of the blood, and we're back to action. Yeah, they got, he's used about 41 seconds of his 5-minute blood time. We'll put the clock back up. We have 1:28 left to go the first period. No points yet. Hard collar tie by Reitz, retied by Birds. And like to see Alex Reitz in on a couple of shots, but he's content just to down block. And he's going to launch Birds. 2-point takedown. There's a lateral drop by Reitz. He's going to keep his toes in. He's going to pick up 2. And again, that was straight line pressure by Jacob Birds, and that set up that throw by Reitz. We saw a little bit of that on Saturday in a couple of his matches. Reitz is very, very good throwing, and we saw it right there. There's a nice inside stand up by Birds. He splits the hands of Reitz, and he's going to pick up a 1-point escape. He's going to pick up a 1-point escape, so it's going to be 2-1 now with 55 seconds left to go. So we'll see if Alex Reitz can use that straight line pressure. I'm sure there's a nice high crotch by Birds. He's in deep. He switches off to a single with his head to the outside. Reitz in a cross-face far arm, trying to set up a cradle, trying to lock up a cradle. Boy, he's got to come with a hard cross-face. Nice job by Birds. He's going to pick that up. He switches off to a double. He drives Reitz, and Reitz launches him again. There's a 2-point takedown of back points. Reitz launched Birds. Birds switches off to a double. There's a fall, Jamie Vasky. 1 minute and 36 seconds. A throw by Alex Reitz catches Jacob Birds. Birds again giving straight line pressure, and that was just an over and under throw, a lateral drop by Reitz. And Jamie, you can't do it any better than that.
No, you really can. And that's he was he took advantage of the mistakes, or not so much mistakes, but he was very good on the defense there, and threw him the first time on a shot by Birds, and did it again that time and caught him on his back for the fall. So nice job there, very opportunistic match there by Alex Reitz.
Well, now we've got Max Lyons, 2-point takedown in 7 seconds on Brady Antones.
No, this is not Bishop.
This is okay, very good. Thank you, Austin Bishop. At 170, I got that on the program. Thank you very much. Austin Bishop will have his hands full here, Jamie. And when you look at Max Lyons, he's not huge. There's a Granby roll attempt by Bishop, and let's see if Lyons will pick up 2 as he catches Bishop right in the middle. Now a drive cradle. Max Lyons has Bishop locked up in a drive cradle, and Austin Bishop is in trouble. He's going to go right to his back. Max Lyons has that locked up. He's got his head in the side. And no back points yet, as Austin Bishop is doing a great job keeping his belly down. Lyons is going to step behind and scoop that left leg and take that foot right to the head of Austin Bishop and stack him right up. This could be a fall right here, Jamie, and that's a fall in 56 seconds. So you're seeing right there, ladies and gentlemen, why Max Lyons picked up the number 3 rankings. I'll tell you what, he's not deceptively physical, Jamie, and he's not a huge 170-pounder, but I'll tell you what, he's right to business.
Oh, he is, and that's no surprise to us to see him come out there like that, and just really put on a show for get the Bobcats right back into this duel. And I tell you what, he's going to be fun to watch all season long, that's for sure.
You're exactly right. And picking up a fall, our dual meet is knotted up now at 6s. And we've got Brady Antones now at 182. So the Hawks had Brett Lammers listed, but I think he's a little bit away from being ready to take the mat. So there's a duck under attempt by, this is a great match right here with Antones, and we've got Ryan Kleesner. And Kleesner in on a single.
Max Lyon ranked number 2.
Up to number 2
behind
now.
Isaiah Patton now.
Okay, there you go. There's a 2-point takedown by Kleesner on that duck under. Hit Brady Antones with a nice duck under, dropped in on a single. Now sit out turning by Antones, and he's going to pick up 1-point escape. Antones dives back in on a single. Nice down block by Kleesner. Antones is giving up a little bit of size here to the senior from Western Dubuque. And doing a nice job out there fighting and sprawling, and very, very, very nice job controlling wrists is Brady Antones from West Delaware. Kleesner with a hard collar tie, working that head of Antones. snapping and pushing and shoving. There's a drop-in double by Antones. He didn't finish it. He was in deep, and a hard crossface by Kleesner set Antones on his backside. Antones is down underneath Kleesner as Kleesner slaps across, body right in on the left side of Antones. Now a power half Nelson on the right. Antones could be in trouble right here. He's got to keep that chest down, work some hand control. He's got to keep that chest down, Jamie, so you don't get turned. Right now, Kleesner's got that cross body right in. Power half Nelson. He's going to pick up at least 2 on the near fall. And Coach Voss up out of his chair saying, hey, you got to keep your chest down. And Antones is going right back to his back one more time. You're wrestling an outstanding opponent. There's a nice switch attempt by Antones. And a re-switch now by Kleesner. Kleesner goes from the left side to the right side. He's got the cross body in. Antones grabs the right toe of Kleesner. We'll see if he can hit that sit-out turn-in again at 6-1. A takedown and 2 near falls by the senior from Western Dubuque. Has the sophomore from West Delaware in trouble. Antones sits out and faces Kleesner. Kleesner goes around the head, scoops the arm, 1 second left. And there's the time, boy, saved by the whistle is Brady Antones, as Kleesner came right around the head of Antones and scooped that arm and threw him right to his back in that cattle catcher. And Antones had nowhere to go but to his back, and saved by the whistle there, Jamie.
Yeah, he certainly was, and that you hope now Brady he's going to get to start on top here. Maybe work some offense from the top, but just kind of lackadaisical there on top. He didn't really try to go for that move or stop that first move by Kleesner, and Kleesner's going to come up right up to his feet.
There's a 1-point escape, making the score 9-1 now. And Antones has his hands full right here with the outstanding senior from Western Dubuque, Ryan Kleesner. Antones, the sophomore for West Delaware, again filling in for Brett Lammers till he gets 100%. Gets feeling 100% better after that bad ankle from football. There's Kleesner back on top, front headlock, standing front headlock by Kleesner. He drops in on a cross ankle pick, down blocked by Antones. Kleesner says, fine, I'll take the head and the arm again, and he picks up 2 on the takedown. And now he's got Antones going to his back one more time. 2-point takedown by Kleesner. Antones to his back. He's going to pick up at least 3 off the near fall. He's like to get the fall here, but 59 seconds, there's the fall right there. And 3:02. 3:02. Brady Antones will go down by a fall. And the Bobcats will take a 12-6 lead now after 3 weight classes. Well, Jamie, it's pin or be pinned so far. We saw a little bit of that on Saturday. And tell you what, we talked about that being a pride thing, being able to get off your back. But when give Kleesner credit, he had that tight, and there's not much you can do once you get on your back in that situation.
No, there's really not, and that's it makes a dual meet go pretty quick when that's all you have is falls. As we move up to weight class 195, and we're going to see Cooper Weeks from West Delaware as he's going to take on Ryan Keneally from Western Dubuque.
Another fine senior in the Bobcat lineup tonight for Western Dubuque and Coach Paul Clear. There's a duck under by Keneally, picks up 2 on Weeks. And Keneally definitely has the size advantage here. Cooper Weeks doing a fantastic job filling in at weight class 195. And he is undersized here for this weight class. There's a tilt by Keneally. He has Cooper Weeks on his back. He has that ball and chain locked up with the left arm. And Keneally's going to pick up 3 off of it. So he takes a 5-0 lead early in this first period. 1:16 left to go. Duck under and then a ball and chain tilt makes the score 5 for Keneally and 0 for Weeks. Now a chicken wing by Keneally. He's got the left arm of Cooper Weeks tied up. Keneally out in front, stepping hard. Going to take a big step around the head of Weeks. He's got Weeks on his back, and I'll tell you what, that's a quick fall by our official. That was a 1 and a 2 bridge by Weeks, and Keneally's going to record a fall in 1:03. So the Bobcats are going to take an 18-6 lead after 4. And Jamie, you were right on the way down. We talked about the fact that the Bobcats got the momentum rolling in their favor how tough they would be, and right now we're seeing that.
Oh, it is, and they've got, and we've talked about, the youth of this West Delaware roster, and it's gonna show early in this season until these guys kind of start to figure this stuff out and get things going. But right now, if you're gonna go up against an experienced squad like Western Dubuque, you're gonna run into some situations like this.
Well, we've got a senior taking on a freshman here, and there's a foul in 15 seconds, Jamie. Dylan Linderwell, the freshman for West Delaware, taking on another fine senior from Western Dubuque, Dylan Hafler. That was a front headlock to a cross knee pick, and I'm telling you what, that was a quick fall, 15 seconds. Right now the Hawks are suffering those growing pains, Jamie, as you have said, with the youth against the experience. And I tell you what, at heavyweight here, Caleb Zeeser, the fine sophomore for West Delaware, will take on from Western Dubuque, a sophomore, Aaron Costello. So there's another duck under for Western Dubuque. So right now they're catching West Delaware with that collar tie and then hitting them with the duck under and making that work. That's about the third one of those we've seen in a row from the Bobcats. So definitely something they've been working on in the practice room. Hey, it's a great move. It's a safe move. You create some motion. You cut a corner. There's a power half Nelson by Costello, and I'm telling you what, he's got Zeeser on his back, and in 31 seconds, Costello for Western Dubuque will win by a fall. I'll tell you what, he is a mountain of a man. I'll tell you what, he put that cross face, he put that power half Nelson in and cranked that, got off to the side, and that was over quickly. Jamie, we have another senior freshman matchup here. Colin Kuprick for Western Dubuque, the fine senior, taking on Ben Litter.
Kuprick.
I think I said Kuprick.
No, you did.
Kuprick.
I got you.
You got me on my phonetics. And we even talked about that on the way down. Well, we've got Ben Litter taking on Kuprick here. And I'm telling you what, senior, a very fine senior, a lot of mat time, a lot of experience for the Bobcats. And he's in early on a double leg. Litter doing a nice job, wrapped around the waist of Kuprick, and he's going to pop Litter off, and no points there. That's a nice defense there by the freshman from West Delaware. And Jamie, you take your licks as a freshman, and you just hope at some point those licks pay off, and they start to pay dividends as you go through the rest of the season. 2-point takedown by Kuprick. Now cross body ride. He goes cross face to far shoulder, and he's got some back points right now. He's got Litter loaded up. Probably will not get the fall there, but he's certainly going to pick up the 3 near fall, the takedown and the 3 near fall, making the score 5-0. Dual meet score, if you're just joining us, is 30-6. It's been all pins, 5 in the favor of the Western Dubuque Bobcats and 1. West Delaware opened up with a fall at 160 by Alex Reitz. After that, it's been all Bobcats with takedowns and pins. So Kuprick with the takedown and a near fall makes the score 5-0. Now he takes an inside wrist on the left side, rolls that wrist of Litter out across his back. Now he's going to circle the head, set up that farmer. He's going to scoop the head, wrap the head of Litter right up. Litter to his back. Kuprick is going to tee out, chest down. This could be a fall. There's 22 seconds left to go on the clock. Litter trying to bridge out of it, but I'm telling you what, this is tight. If you've ever been in this Haspin hold right here, it is almost impossible. If you lock that up tight, it is almost impossible to stay out of there. Litter in a high bridge. Kuprick readjusting. I think if Litter just keeps those, there's the fall with 2.8 seconds left. 1 minute and 58 seconds. Colin Kuprick winning by a fall. And once again, a freshman from West Delaware goes down for the count, and that pin bug has come. And I'll tell you what, the Bobcats got it rolling right here. That is 6 in a row, 36-6. So that's going to take us up to weight class 113, and Brad Roush, the sophomore from West Delaware, will be taking on Braden Burt, the sophomore from Western Dubuque. So
and Kuprick, that's a tough opponent. He's ranked 6th in the state. He's a senior. He's had a lot of mat time. So that's not a slouch for Ben Litter to go up against here.
No, it's basically it's a baptism by fire right there. You get thrown out there, and nice job for the. Well, there's a 2-point takedown by Burt. Brad Roush had a drive cradle locked up on the edge of the mat. Didn't lock it up, didn't get his hands tight there, Jamie. And that was a very nice reversal by Burt. And it ended up being a 2-point takedown for the Bobcat, the sophomore Bobcat, Braden Burt. So he takes a 2-0 lead. And we saw this a little bit on Saturday with Brad Roush not finishing his moves. And right there was a textbook account of it.
And it was, and that's it got him in trouble there, and that's what's going to happen when you don't finish those moves. And it's something you got to learn.
Yeah, there's a 2-point near fall by Burt as he picks up 2 on the tilt. Roush now trying to come to an outside stand-up. He's got that outside leg up. Let's see if he can hip heist out of there. That was a 1 count by our official. Here comes a crossbody ride by Burt. Power half Nelson, crossbody ride on the right, power half Nelson on the left. Roush goes back down to his stomach, now to a tripod stand-up. We're probably going to get potentially dangerous by our official, and we do. That's good movement by Brad Roush. And he's got to get back to his feet. If you're wrestling a legger, you got to get back to your feet. We've got JV matches going on to our left. We've got varsity matches here to our right. Again, Walmack action right here from Maquoketa. There's a nice sit-out turn-in by Roush. He gets to his feet. He's going to pick up 1-point escape. Now front headlock by Burt. And off the edge of the mat they go. No points. It's 4-2 right now. 4-1 right now in favor of the sophomore from Western Dubuque, Braden Burt. So we'll see if Brad Roush can get the action going. There's a low single by Burt in deep. A block by Roush. Roush drives in on a single. Outside, heads to the outside. Jamie, you got to cut across or step up to the outside with this. Nice down block by Burt. Let's see if Roush can pull the leg up, pull the leg under, and wrap his left arm or his right arm around the waist of Burt. He switches off. He's got a single again. He went behind the legs instead of stepping up to the outside. 4 seconds left to go. Roush, if he pulls his head out, he'll pick up 2, and nice defense by Burt. So, Jamie, that's what we talked about. Your heads to the outside, step up to the outside, cut across to a double, and score the 2-point takedown.
And that's what Roush did there, is he had that single leg and was on the outside, but he turned back into it and tried coming around. Well, that you gotta keep going with your move. You're starting one way and going back the other way, but wasn't able to get the takedown there.
Now he's riding in front of the arms once again. He draped himself over the top of Burt. And this will be an easy 2-point reversal by Burt and a half Nelson. He's got Roush on his back. Boy, that was just out of position by Brad Roush. He draped himself over the top of Burt, and he had no hip control. And Burt just popped his hips up, and Roush had nowhere to go but off the front. Now Burt's got a drive cradle locked in. There's a nice job, a roll through by Roush. There's a 2-point near fall by Burt, a 1-point escape by Roush. So Brad Roush still in this match here, but he's going to have to hustle. He's down 8-2 with 1:16 left to go in the second period. Now 2-on-1 Russian tie by Roush. He drops in on a single. Burt squares up with him. Now Roush goes around the right leg of Burt. He's going to get himself in trouble. Burt steps to the inside. If Roush can pull his arm out, he's going to pick up 2. That's going to be a 2-point takedown by Burt right there as he's got his leg on the inside of Roush. Now stand up by Roush. He's going to pick up 1-point escape. Now it's 10-3. So Braden Burt is trading 2 for 1 here with Brad Roush. 2 sophomores going at it at weight class 113. High crotch attempt by Roush. Kind of a half a shot. He didn't finish it, but now he's back in with that single with his head to the outside. It looks like a high crotch shot, but he doesn't step up to the outside with it, so he ends up down on the mat. He's got 2 hands on the right leg of Burt. Let's see if he can pull that leg under and pop his head out for 2. We're going to get a stalemate, and back to neutral we go with 20 seconds left. Coach Voss up out of his chair saying, hey, motion and finish. And that's what it's about, Jamie, motion and finish. Brad Roush has a nice shot, but he's got to finish it. Inside single now by Burt. Down block by Roush. Roush goes around the stomach, goes around the waist of Burt. Burt's going to try to cut through the legs. See if Roush can hang on for 3 seconds. Roush drops in on the leg, no points there, and we're going to go to the third period. It's going to be Bert's choice. Let's see where he decides to go. Well, it's going to be Roush's choice. Roush is going to go down. They're going to put Bert up on top. So we'll see if the cross body ride comes from Braden Burt. There's the whistle. Here comes a cross body ride. Roush catches the left leg as he tries to put it in. Now there's going to be a 2-point near fall. Hip heist attempt by Roush. He's going to try to high leg over Burt. He ends up on his back. He didn't get his leg over, man. That was a quick fall, Jamie. Wow, 4:15. Brad Roush goes down by a fall. I would say our official has done some freestyle officiating here, because that was a roll across the shoulder blades as Roush was trying to escape.
Touch fall.
That was a touch fall.
I mean, it was got to his back, and I mean that's 15 seconds into the third period, and he was on his back for maybe a half a second or a full second, and all of a sudden he calls the fall. So we wouldn't want to not have a fall in a match, would we?
I guess not.
As we move up to weight class 120, we've got the freshman for West Delaware, Cole Engel, taking on the sophomore from Western Dubuque, Jacob Close.
And this is a toss-up match right here. We thought the last match was going to be a toss-up match with Roush and Burt, two sophomores going at it. There's a nice fireman's carry by Engel. He's going to pop his head out. Now he's got Close on his back. Could be a fall, Jamie, by Cole Engel. He's got Close buried in that drive cradle. He's in a nice position to score the fall. Close is posted on both his elbows. Engel's going to have to tee out and get that head of Close picked up, because right now Jacob Close is in a very nice high bridge. He's posted on his elbows. Engel's going to have to readjust. He's got a drive cradle locked up. He's got the left leg of Jake Close tied up, and he goes around the head, and he's got it locked up tight. It's almost too tight. That's letting Close post on those elbows. 1:08 left to go in the first period. Cole Engel would like to end this thing right here, and we might be going to varsity on they might keep varsity on one match, Jamie, as fast as this is going. I would like to see him do that, and that's what they're going to do exactly. Maybe if these matches have gone all 6 minutes, they might start that, but right now, with all being falls, this match has gone pretty quickly. 43 seconds left to go. Engel readjusting now, Close on his back. Engel breaks the cradle now so he can readjust and tee out on top of Close. Our referees down there is looking for a fall. Close doing a nice job keeping that right shoulder blade up. Engel's going to have to load that back up and go chest to chest. Close doing a nice job keeping that right shoulder. Now Engel steps over. We might have the double spur in here as he's going to try to stretch Close out, maybe record the fall. 13 seconds left to go in the first period. Looking for a fall by Engel from West Delaware over Close from Western Dubuque, but we're not going to see it, I don't think. Give the sophomore from now headlock finish by Engel. Could be a fall. That's going to do it.
End of the period.
End of the period.
Nice job there by Cole Engel, though. He went from that, you mentioned that he had the double spurs in, and then right there at the end of the period, he was looking for the fall, and he tried switching over to that headlock finish, but wasn't able to get it in time. Because if time doesn't run out there, you're probably going to see a fall because that got tight.
Well, that's the only way he was going to get that pin, because Close did a nice job posting those elbows. Now Engel's going to choose down. Nice tight waist ride by Close from Western Dubuque. Tight waist with the left, chop with the right. Engel's up to his feet. 1 point escape. There's a 1 point escape. Now we're back to neutral. And we'll see if Cole Engel can get the momentum back on the West Delaware side, as it's been all Bobcats 42-6. 7 falls by the Bobcats, flexing their muscles here just a little bit. 7 falls for the Bobcats and 1 for the West Delaware Hawks, and that was by Alex Reitz to start the duel. There's a far side fireman's by Cole Engel. He's going to pick up another takedown. Let's see if he can slap that cradle back in on Close and pick up the fall. 1:14 left to go. Major decision now by Engel as he is up 8-0. Nice cross-face cradle by Engel. He's going to drive that head right to the left leg of Close and lock up that cradle. Close doing a nice job stretching, making his body long so Engel cannot lock the cradle up. Hard crossface. Engel keeps the crossface, tries to circle the head to a butcher, and Close doing a nice job. Great defense here by Jake Close, Jamie's. Frustrate Engel just a little bit.
He is, and now you see Cole just kind of trying something funky there a little bit, but he's like you said, he's frustrating him, and he was looking for that roll through tilt, and he's got to be careful there. If you're going to do that move right there, it's got to be tight, and you got to hit it hard, and you got to hit it fast. Get your hips under and be ready for it, because Close just about got through there. Engel's going to pick up near fall. We got a bloody nose we're going to see 2 near fall.
2 near fall. Nice tilt there by Engel. And you're right, Jamie. He had that tight waist tilt in, and I'm telling you what, he almost limped his legs right out of it. Came out on top on Engel, and I'm sure that's what Coach Voss is telling him right now. If you're going to do that, keep the arm tight. Make sure you've got him loaded up on your hips so he can't kick free.
Yeah, and we talked about it. That's a move. If you could see him kind of trying to work it there when Close was down on his stomach. He was really trying to roll through it, and Close was still on his stomach. Well, you're not going to get that move with a kid still on his stomach, and that's just that's another thing. In middle school, you might have got away with that. Here, you're probably not going to get away with it. The kids are bigger. If someone's wrestling in a base in high school, it's going to be tough to turn them. And Engel, he waited for Close to come up to build his base a little bit and hit it again. But again, it wasn't tight, and Close just about caught Engel on his back. So, he picked up a couple near fall though. So that's you got to be happy with that as he's working on that major decision. Should be 10-0
Should be
here
10-0, yeah.
As Engel picked up 2 more near fall.
I think that's what Coach Voss is going over to the head table there, and our head scorekeeper, he's going to question our scorekeeper there. Should have been 2 near fall. And they'll punch that back up on there. So far, Close has used 2:58 of his blood time. You get 5 minutes, and so
that's counting down.
That's counting down. All right.
From 5.
Oh, it's counting down from 5. Okay, very good. I just peeked up at it. Well, Jamie, coming up this weekend, we've got the 5 Seasons Extravaganza, and the Hawks. I saw that in the paper today by our friend Mr. KJ Pilcher posted where the teams will be, and the Hawks will start at Cedar Rapids, Washington, to start the day. They do not know; they haven't set up the pairings yet, but they put the schools together, and the West Delaware will start at Cedar Rapids, Washington.
And that is a 9:30 start.
9:30.
So
okay.
we will probably do the same format as last year. We'll do the first few rounds on the internet only on KMCH. We don't have that second stream, but we have a link to YouTube, which will get you to where we'll be Saturday for that tournament. And we'll take the afternoon, the last 2 or 3 duels, do them on the air. So we'll have that for you. We'll have coverage from the Cedar Rapids Extravaganza for you on Saturday in some way.
Yeah, and they do. That's a 16-team dual meet tournament, and our friends from Kaukauna, Wisconsin, are going to be back, and that's going to be pretty tough teams there. Cedar Rapids Prairie will be there. They've just got some. I think all the Cedar Rapids schools will be there, plus Alburnett, West Delaware. There's just some very, very fine teams. Iowa City West, Iowa City High. There's some very fine teams there. And
West Delaware will take on the Iowa City West JV to start. That'll be at 9:30. No West Delaware JV in that this year. It'll be the West Delaware varsity will take on the Iowa City West JV, and then the winner of that one will take on the winner of Urbandale and Linmar. And of course, also on the Hawks side of the bracket will be Iowa City the Hawks side of the bracket is Iowa City West, Charles City, Bettendorf, and Cedar Rapids, Washington.
That is tough, Jamie. That is a tough. But you know what? That's kind of what you get for doing so well in that tournament for so many years. They expect that out of you every year. So anyway, hey, we're back to action here. Second period over. We got the cotton in the nose for Close, and Close is going to go down. And we're 10-3 right now. Cole Engel, the outstanding freshman from West Delaware, is up by major decision. Jake Close doing a nice job. Engel has had him on his back a couple of times, and he's done a great job of fighting off his back, and that's the whole key when you get into a dual meet. You want to be able to score the falls, but if you get tossed to your back, you want to be able to fight off and not give the fall up. And Jake Close has done a great job so far for the Bobcats, not giving up the fall. Cole Engel a little frustrated up on top right now with 1:35 left to go. Might get a stalling call here, Jamie, against Close. He's belly down and not doing a whole lot. Very, very defensive. I think he thinks anytime he gets back up to his base, he's going to get thrown to his back, and he possibly could with Cole Engel. Engel's got some great tilts. There's a nice chicken wing to the left side. Now he's going to check it out. He's going to inside wrist on the right, and didn't get that arm far enough across the back. Did Cole Engel, so Close, that was easy for Close to work that free.
Yeah, now he's going to work on a different series, and that's what you like to see out of these young kids, especially, Cole Engel's been around the wrestling mat enough. His dad's an assistant coach here, and he's been on enough wrestling mats that he knows he's got an idea what he's doing, and he's able to move from series to series. And we saw him go from that chicken wing series right into that crossface cradle series.
Well, that's you're right. Well, we got more blood time by Close. So Jamie, let's take a short time out, and we'll catch our breath here while they tend to the nose of Jacob Close. We'll be back. Stay with us. We got more action from Maquoketa, Iowa, home of the Cardinals. We got Womack Wrestling for you right here on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH.
And we're back to action here from Maquoketa, along with in-studio producer Janelle Tucker. Jamie Vaskey, Roger Reed back with you here as the Hawks and the Bobcats going at it, and the Hawks trailing Western Dubuque right now, 42-6, our dual meet score, as the Bobcats have won 7 matches. All seven of those wins have been by fall. The Hawks have won 1 match. And that win being by fall. We're going to see our first major decision of the night here as Cole Engel finishing up here with Jacob Close as we're back to action after the blood time. And Engel's still trying to run that wing. Close doing a good job. Close is going to get a stalling warning, but it's going to be too little too late as Cole Engel is going to win this match by a score of 10-0, a major decision for Cole Engel, and the Hawks are back on the board. It's now 42-10 in favor of Western Dubuque.
The other thing we saw, Jamie, is a full match. That was a first full 6-minute match of the meet, which is a rarity. You got to go back a long time in this in the history of this dual meet. This has been a rock'em sock'em for many, many years, and this will be the Highway 20 Rumble to the east. Independence is the Rumble to the west, so you've got some great teams right there on Highway 20. So we've got to get a leg band. This is weight class 126. Logan Riley, the lone senior so far in the lineup that has wrestled. Well, Alex Reitz is a senior, the second senior for West Delaware taken to the mat here, and he'll be taking on Quinn Meddert, and he's a sophomore for the Bobcats. So you'd have to say that the favorite here would be Riley, just on his age, but you never know. That's why they wrestle it, Jamie. There's a nice sweep single by Riley. He's in deep, and a nice finish there. So he's going to pick up a 2-point takedown. And now he's working a tight waist with the left. He's got that ball and chain locked up. He's got the right arm of Meddert trapped underneath him. We might see a tilt off that. And he's going to hook that right arm, and he works the ball and chain free. And Logan Riley's going to set it up one more time. Tight waist tilt now by Riley. He's got Meddert on his hip momentarily. Meddert goes belly down, and off the edge of the mat we go. Back to action we go, as we've got to go back to the center. Meddert down, and Riley will go on top, and Riley's going to cut him loose. 1-point escape by Meddert, and Logan Riley wants to wrestle him on his feet. I don't know when I've seen Coach Cleary so relaxed in a West Delaware Western Dubuque dual meet, Jamie.
Yeah, he got up a little bit in that last match and was offering some encouragement, but he's pretty mellow over there, as just kind of taking it easy over there as Logan Riley comes into this season. As he is 2-2 on the season. He won 1 match last. He was only one of 3 guys in that bracket last Saturday at the Hawk Invitational.
There's a nice far side fireman's by Riley's. He's going to pick up a 2-point takedown on Meddert. Now he's got that ball and chain, that tight waist tilt locked up again. And Meddert goes belly down, bases out. Riley doing a nice job. Jamie, as easy as those takedowns were by Riley, might see some more of that. But he's got a half Nelson in right now. Tight waist, he's got a half Nelson. He's going to try to load Meddert up. Riding that half Nelson and that tight waist very, very tight, and he's doing the right thing there. Meddert's on all fours, and Riley slapped a half Nelson in him, but he's doing a great job staying out to the side with that. so that Metter can't side roll him. And that's what you would expect out of your senior. There's a tight waist. He's got the right arm. Riley's got the right arm of Metter trapped along his side again. And our time's going to run out. It's a 4-1 lead after one. Riley's choice. He's got the green leg band on. And he's going to choose down. We are 47 minutes into this dual meet, and we've got 1, 2, 3. We've got 4 matches left. So when you have a lot of pins, it doesn't take long to run a dual meet. We're seeing that right here. All right, nice stand up as the second period is underway. Stand up by Riley. And nice front trip by Metter. Momentarily had Riley on his back. Nice reversal now by Riley as he hits a standing switch and picks up 2 for the reversal. Now up 6-1. He's got that tilt back in. Metter's doing a nice job keeping his hips. There's a 1,001 count by Riley. Let's see if Riley steps over. He's got Metter stacked up. Could be a fall. He's going to pick up some back points as Riley is stacking Metter up on his shoulders. 3-point near fall, 9-1 right now is our score with 1:21 left to go in the second period. Inside wrist now by Riley on the left side of Metter and applied a lot of pressure to that left shoulder. So Logan Riley trying to get the momentum back on the West Delaware Hawks side. So they're going to lose this duel. Mathematically they can't catch up here, Jamie, but you still want to win with some momentum on your side as you go into that next duel.
Oh, you do, and that's what you're gonna take on a Maquoketa team that's has gotten better this year as well. We talked about that on the way down. They're just they're not Maquoketa has for a long time has not been a powerhouse in the WAMAC conference in wrestling, but I tell you what, they've always had kids that wrestle all 4 years, and that experience pays off. They're not going to win a bunch of matches, but they're going to win some good matches.
They've got a handful of very solid kids in their lineup, and we'll come to that next. As we've got 28 seconds left to go, 9-1. Riley kind of in a precarious position here, riding out front of Mettert, and Mettert close to a reversal a couple of times, but Logan Riley has found a way to pull himself back up on top. Riley with a deep thigh ride with the left and a chop with his right. He's sitting over that right ankle of Quinn Mettert. And second period is going to run out, and it's going to be Metter's choice to start this third period. And let's see where he's going. He's going to go back down, and Riley's going to cut him loose. 1 point escape now.
Still just the 2 takedowns in this, right?
Yep. 1 point escape here by Mettert as Logan Riley goes to that optional release. Logan Riley sporting some Adidas wrestling shoes. Haven't seen a pair of those for quite some time. Very flashy. All right, high crotch by Mettert. He's in deep on Riley. Riley goes to a hard down block. Riley sitting on his backside. You usually don't want to be in this position, but Riley might pull himself up and pick up 2 as Mettert did not come around the waist and blocked Riley off. Now Mettert trying to crowd Riley and pick up the 2. Riley doing a nice job. He's going to have to pull his hips up on top. He's going to have to go forward and pull his hips up on top. Mettert trying to scoop underneath the left leg of Logan Riley. That's going to be a 2-point takedown by Quinn Mettert. Got the Bobcat faithful right below us here. They're doing a little bit of officiating on their own, helping our official out on the mat. Black and gold faithful sits to our left. 9-4 now, Jamie. That was just a great shot by Quinn Mettert. Got in there and finished it. And that's just kind of the way it goes.
And this is where Logan Riley's really got to get up. And, as with a young team, you need a leader, a senior leader like Logan Riley. He's one match away from going to the state tournament, and you want to build on that. And one thing that can help these younger kids along and get these kids just a little confidence and a little motivation is watching someone like Logan Riley. So right here in these matches like this, when you're up 9-1 or 9-2 like he was, this is where Logan Riley really needs to build and score a lot of points here in the end, just to show those younger kids that don't stop just because you've got a comfortable lead.
Well, you're exactly right, Jamie, and that's what he's doing right here. He's trying to pick up the 39 seconds left to go. He's up by 6. He's trying to pick up that takedown to turn this into a major decision, but Quinn Meddert's doing a fine job with his defense. There's a long shot by Meddert in deep now on a single, head to the inside. Nice whizzer by Riley. Riley trying to step over the top of Meddert. Riley's going to come up with 2 and 2. What a scramble finish that was by Logan Riley there. I'm not sure how he wiggled his way out of that. That was a deep shot by Meddert, and Riley picked up down inside wrist with a half Nelson. Riley's driving and cranking on that right shoulder, and Meddert pulls the half off, but Riley keeps the inside wrist on the left side. 1 second left to go. That's a very fine finish by Logan Riley. 12-4 majors, so that'll be 4 points for the Hawks. It's not 6. The Hawks wanted 6 out of that, Jamie, but they'll take 4.
Yeah, and that was a nice job. You know, you're sitting there, you're up by 6. You're up by 6 points, and this is not Owen Ward. This is Jordan Roush.
Owen Ward, I don't see Owen.
Now you see where my confusion was on Saturday.
I see that, yes, indeed.
But you know that's a nice job there by Logan, because you know you're sitting there you're up by 6 points. You could be happy with a win, but he did a great job. He went out there and got himself a win and got the major decision to go with it.
And that's that example, Jamie, you talk about. You got a whole bunch of freshmen sitting on that bench, and you know, probably thinking, hey, you're up by 6 with 30 seconds left. You can just kind of coast here. But Logan Riley, no coasting there at all.
And this is Jordan Roush taking on Bailey Thurm, the senior for Western Dubuque. Bailey Thurm, a good wrestler for the Bobcats, as Owen Ward's standing over there behind the bench. So not sure if we'll see him tonight, if he's got an injury or what Owen's got over there, but not wrestling in this match here. We've got Jordan Roush.
Well, I think he warmed up. He looks like he's got a pretty good lather going on, so we'll have to get the skinny on that. And we talked to the coaches in between these meets. Well, Bailey Thurm, no slouch here. He's got an underhook on Jordan Roush, and he goes to a cross knee pick and sets Roush to his backside and keeps the right arm of Jordan Roush. We might see a press to his back. Jordan Roush now clears his left arm, frees his arm, and now Bailey Thurm climbs the body, takes an inside wrist on the left. And tell you what, he's physical. This is weight class 132, and again, another senior. Do not count these seniors in the starting lineup for the Bobcats. Forgot to do that, Jamie, but they've got a bunch there, and when you've got that many seniors that are taking the mat for you, that's a lot of experience. You've got 7. You've got 50% of the weight classes right there. You know, with your starters as seniors, that's a lot of experience, and that's a lot to ask out of your freshmen and sophomores. There's a stack by Thurm.
Oh man, wow!
Is that a quick fall?
Tough. I don't want to take anything away from Bailey Thurm, because that was a great move and a great stack there, but I mean, Jordan Roush was wiggling out of that, and he called a fall, and I don't know.
Yeah, you can give.
But what was the fall time? Did you see?
That was 1:56. 1:56. We got weight class 138. We've got Jackson Healy for the Western Dubuque Bobcats. He's a sophomore. He'll be taking on Alex Linderwell, the junior from West Delaware here. So we'll see if we'll see how this match goes here.
48-14 is our score here. As for the Bobcats, they got falls from Max Lyons at 170 over Austin Bishop. Ryan Kleesner over Brady Antones at 182. Ryan Keneally over Cooper Weeks at 195. Dylan Hafler over Dylan Linderwell at 220. Aaron Costello over Caleb Zeezer at 285. Colin Kerprick over Ben Litter at 106. Braden Burt over Brad Roush at 113. Cole Engel for West Delaware with an 8-0 major decision for the Hawks, which followed the Alex Reitz fall in the first match in 136. And then Logan Riley with a 12-4 major decision over Quinn Meddert, and the fall there by Bailey Thurm over Jordan Roush has our team score 48-14. So Western Dubuque 8 wins tonight so far and 8 pins in those matches. The Hawks with 3 wins, 2 major decisions, and 1 fall. So we've had bonus points in every match so far.
Yeah, that's usually don't see that when these two teams tangle, as it's been very, very close in years gone by. But I'll tell you what, we're seeing a very, very fine Western Dubuque Bobcat team here. And when those rankings, there's a half Nelson by Jackson. Healy's got an inside wrist on the right, or on the left, and a half Nelson on the right. He's got Linderwell stacked up in 1 minute and 10 seconds. Tell you what, he threw that half Nelson, and I'm telling you what, that was a lot of pressure. He cranked that. And I'll tell you what, set Linderwell right to his back, and there was no bridging, there was no nothing from Linderwell as that thing was tight. That was a nice inside wrist and a half Nelson there by Healy.
Yes, it was.
Western Dubuque 54, West Delaware 14.
So we've got the announcer here just giving us the team score, 54-14. And for Western Dubuque here, weight class 145, Dane Ganson. And for West Delaware, is this Bennett Cole, Jamie?
Yes.
This is Bennett Cole taking on, I'll tell you what, Dane Ganson. Tiger in that Bobcat uniform for Coach Paul Cleary.
You know, Bennett Cole, a good tournament this last weekend for the Hawks. He went, 3-1 in that tournament, or 4-1. He lost one match, finished in second place in the tournament, but a good outing at the Bob Murphy Invite for Bennett Cole.
Yeah, and he got better as the tournament went on. You know,
he really did.
I think did he lose that first one, then win the next four? I can't remember, but
no, he lost the last one.
He lost the last one. Yep. So he's a scrapper. He is a scrapper. So nice reversal on Ganson. Very nice job. Ganson tried to throw a cross body right in, and a nice switch by Bennett Cole knots this match up at 2 up, and we're going to get potentially dangerous as a head lever by Cole. What I like about this, Jamie, is there's no intimidation whatsoever by Bennett Cole. He's going to step out on the mat, and he's going to take on one of the best that Western Dubuque has to offer in Dane Ganson right here.
And
so
Bennett went 2-1 on Saturday. Excuse me. He's 2-3 on this season.
All right. Against some very, you talk about quality losses. He's got some quality losses. Waverly, Shell Rock, Clear Lake, and
yeah, you can look at some of the kids that Bennett Cole has lost to in this young season. You can take a look at a lot of who the Hawks have lost to. You had Zach Wagenhofer from Waverly Shell Rock, Ryan Fott from Clear Lake. You know, those are some pretty good kids to get beat by, and you know, that's, like you said, no intimidation here by Bennett Cole.
And again, it's all to prepare for what's to come. There's a tap and go by Ganson. He's in deep on the single. Cole's trying to come with a hard whizzer. He's got his right arm trapped inside of Ganson, and Ganson with the front trip picks up the 2-point takedown. 6 seconds. Now Coach Cleary gets up out of his chair, a little excited there, telling his man telling Ganson to keep Cole down for the final 5 seconds. It's 5-2. 2 takedowns and escape for Ganson and a reversal by Cole. It's going to be Cole's choice. No, it's going to be Ganson's choice. He's going to choose down.
You know, I was looking over there at Coach Jordan Loy for Western Dubuque, and I wonder if when they have their home duels, if they even get him a chair, because most times you see him in a tournament or in a dual meet, he's on his knees down right there on the mat. If he needs to yell at a wrestler and give him some encouragement, he gets down as low as he can, and he makes sure that they hear him.
Well, you're exactly right. They do an outstanding job. You know, we got two great. You talk about the years of experience on the quality coaching staffs we got here in the Hawks and the Bobcats, Jamie. It's phenomenal. A lot of years of experience. A lot of great wrestling coaches here that know how to develop teams, know how to develop wrestlers, and the Bobcats got a fine team here this year with their senior experience, and the West Delaware Hawks are suffering through some growing pains, but they'll get there. You know, with patience, hard work, dedication, they'll get there. And again, it's a work in progress. Nice job by Bennett Cole. He goes to deep waist, far ankle, and drives Ganson down to his stomach, and now comes back with a tight waist and a chop inside wrist on the left. Now hard crossface. Well, it's not a crossface. He goes under the chin and across to the right arm. And now a switch attempt by Ganson. He's going to catch Cole for a 2-point reversal. I would like to see Bennett Cole with a re-switch, but Ganson had a nice tight waist to finish that.
Yeah, he did, and it was one where, you know, Bennett, like you said, you'd like to see a re-switch there, but he just wasn't able to when Ganson came around, he went right to that tight waist and didn't allow Bennett to come around.
And that is tough. That is tough, especially if you keep that waist tight with good hip pressure, and that's exactly what Ganson did. Now Ganson riding tough, sitting over the left ankle of Bennett Cole, hard chop, tight waist, a lot of forward pressure. You like to see that now. Chicken wing on the left side. Ganson's going to lock that chicken wing up on the left side of Bennett Cole. Cole's going to try to kick free and go belly down. Ganson might end up stacking him up, and Cole wiggles his left arm free out of the chicken wing. 15 seconds left to go. Ganson with a 7-2 lead. We're going to go to the third period. Cole belly down off to the left center of the mat. And we're going to go to the third period. I think it'll be Bennett Cole's choice. So now we're going to get warning on Cole. Warning on Bennett Cole for, not sure about that, but stalling call against Cole. It's going to be Cole's choice, and he's going to choose down. So now you got to get going here. If you're Bennett Cole, you got to find some way to get back to your feet. A 5-point move of some sort to tie this thing up, and maybe get into a scramble situation. Jamie, the Hawks have done a good job getting into those situations and coming out on top. There's a 1-point escape by Cole, 7-3 now. Cole working the head of Dane Ganson, trying to set up a shot. Ganson that staggered stance, Cole in that square stance. Shot attempt by Ganson, and Cole backs out of there and stuffs the head. Ganson working a collar tie with the left arm, really heavy on the head of Bennett Cole. See if Cole can hit a high crotch off that. Ganson doing a great job controlling the head of Cole. There's that sweep single by Ganson. He pulls it in tight to the right side of Cole. Cole trying to stuff the head of Ganson, keeping that head down. Ganson gets the right leg of Cole up to his feet. Might see a scramble come out of here. Hard whizzer by Cole. 1:07 left to go. Might get a stalemate out of it. And a back trip by Ganson. He's going to cover the hips of Cole and pick up a 2-point takedown and go up now 9-3. That's just staying with it, Jamie. You know, Cole had that whizzer in, and Ganson stayed with it, got a little bit lower, got some pressure into him, and Bennett Cole had nowhere to go but down. And Ganson did a nice job covering his hips. There's a tilt attempt now by Ganson on Cole with 38 seconds left to go. 9-3 again is our match score. 54-14 is our meet score, with the Bobcats in the lead. If you're just joining us, first WAMAC action of the 2014-2015 school year. And we've got a great dual meet here. Great trifecta here with the Cardinals, the Bobcats, and the West Delaware Hawks. Stand up now by Cole. Ganson drops in on a single. Cole finds the outside of the mat, and we're going to get a stoppage and have to go back to the center with 26 seconds left. Well, if you're Bennett Cole, you got to get to your feet and work your victory offense, whatever that may be. Some sort of throw, maybe a headlock, maybe a fireman's carry. It's got to be a 5-point move. Dane Ganson doing a great job with a tight waist, applying a lot of pressure on top. And Bennett Cole nowhere to go underneath, Jamie. That's you talk about applying pressure forward and keeping weight. They're going to get stalling now against Ganson. You talk about keeping pressure forward and keeping the weight on their hands. The Bobcats have been doing a great job riding the Hawks tonight.
Yeah, they really have, and if your first move isn't up and you're not getting up, you're going to allow them to do that and get that pressure in.
Nice stand up by Cole on the whistle. Ganson drops in on a low single, and that's how the match is going to end. 9-3. Dane Ganson for the Western Dubuque Bobcats will pick up a
regular decision.
Regular decision. Wow.
That's Western Dubuque's 10th win of the night, and we're going to see a forfeit. Harrison Goebel's going to pick up a forfeit, and that's going to be our final score. West Delaware's going to fall to the Bobcats tonight by a score of 57-20.
Let's take a short timeout. We'll tally up our takedowns and bonus points and all that good stuff, and we'll be back. Stay with us. We'll have more wrestling for you in a few minutes. You've been listening to Hold by Hold action from Makokata High School on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH.
Welcome back into Makokata High School as the Bobcats of Western Dubuque victorious in our first duel here tonight, 57-20. The final team score. here in favor of Western Dubuque. We're going to do a quick recap here before we get you set for West Delaware taking on Maquoketa, the host Cardinals here in Maquoketa. At 160 pounds, Alex Reeds won by fall over Jacob Birds in 1 minute 36 seconds. That gave the Hawks the early lead, but Western Dubuque responded, and they didn't turn back from their lead, as at 170, Max Lyons, the sophomore for the Bobcats, with a 56-second fall over Austin Bishop. That tied it at 6. Ryan Kleesner then followed with a pin over Brady Antones in 3 minutes and 2 seconds. Ryan Keneally over Cooper Weeks in 1 minute and 3 seconds. Dylan Hafler over Dylan Linderwell in 15 seconds. Aaron Costello over Caleb Zezer in 31 seconds. At that point, it was 30-6 in favor of the Bobcats. At 106 pounds, Colin Kerprick winning by fall over Ben Litter in 1 minute 48 seconds. And Braden Burt over Brad Roush in 4 minutes and 15 seconds. Then the Hawks got a couple wins, 2 wins in a row, as Cole Engel with an 8-0 major decision over Jacob Close. Logan Riley with a 12-4 major decision over Quinn Menert. That made it 42-14. Then Bailey Thurm pinned Jordan Roush in 1 minute and 56 seconds, making it 48-14. Jackson Healy with a fall over Alex Linderwell in 1 minute and 10 seconds. And then Dane Ganson with a 9-3. It took till the last wrestling match of the night to have our first our regular decision, as Dane Ganson defeats Bennett Cole 9-3. And then Harrison Goebel picking up a forfeit for the Hawks, making the final team score 57-20 in favor of the Bobcats. Some meet totals: the Bobcats won 10 matches, West Delaware won 4. The Bobcats 9 pins, West Delaware 1. 2 major decisions for West Delaware. Takedowns in this first duel: Western Dubuque had 16, West Delaware with just 6 takedowns. That's always been a stat the Hawks have led, even in some seasons where, kind of like this one. But it's one of those dual meet. They're not winning that takedowns, and you don't see that too often.
No, you don't, Jamie, and that's the strength of a dual meet team. You got to wrestle tough on your feet, win the takedown battle. You got to win the bonus point battle, and give the Bobcats a hand right there. Coach Clear had his kids ready. They won the takedowns. They won the bonus points. They won the pins. They won the duel, and they've got a good team.
And they really do. Well, we're going to take a break, about 8 or 9 minute break, while the Maquoketa Cardinals warm up. Then we'll bring you back to action with the Hawks and the Cardinals. Right after this, you're listening to High School Wrestling, Womack Action Style here from Maquoketa on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH.